Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. Mark Causey here from Black Cat Comics in rockin Milpitas. Every Wednesday is New Comic Day, and I like to give you some great reasons to get down to your local comic shop and pick up something fun to read. This week is packed with stuff that's fun to read. A lot of things I'm excited to talk about this week. Let's start with this guy. This is Batman number 89. This book is already totally sold out and gone to reprint, so I hope that you have it on your sub list and it's waiting for you at your favorite shop. Because if not, you might have already missed it. This book is huge. We've been talking about Batman forever. We love the Tom King run. We're loving the Tinian run. Pick up number 86. Catch up to this week's 89 if you can find one. Or get yourself on a list for the reprint. This book is huge. Book of the week, book of the month. A lot of talk about this online. A lot of talk about this everywhere. So it doesn't need much more help from me. Grab some Batman 89 this week. Nightwing, Batman's original sidekick. Be on the lookout for the Robin 80th anniversary hullabaloo that's right around the corner. Love me some Nightwing. Love me some Dan Jurgens. This is the last issue of the current arc, so grab the Black Cat pack if you've missed any of these, or jump into the next issue because Nightwing's awesome. Joker, Killer Smile is rounds out the Bat stuff and is one of your many Black Label books going on. All kinds of this different Black Label mature reader stuff going on throughout the DCU, like this one, or like Wonder Woman Dead Earth number 2. This is your Wonder Woman Black Label book of the week. Great stuff. And this Wonder Woman Giant, it's your other Wonder Woman book of the week. Love me these 100-page giants. They're totally accessible to anyone and everyone. New stories, classic reprints, great stories, great art. If you're a fan of Wonder Woman or of any of the characters that they do these 100-page giants for, you want to be picking these up. If you've got a casual fan in your life, pick up one of these 100-page giants and get into their hands. Like I say, lots of great stories, lots of great different creators. Can't say enough about those 100-page giants. Jimmy Olsen, Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen. Number 8 is your super book of the week. Been loving this title. Love me anything Superman, anything Jimmy Olsen, anything Matt Fraction. Great stuff. If you've missed any of these, grab 1 through 7. Pick up this week's number 8. You will not regret that. Awesome stuff. Aquaman, number 57. This is really one of the best books DC does. If you don't have Aquaman on your list, you're missing out. If you pick up this issue and you look inside the first 2 pages, you'll know what I'm talking about. Great stories, great art. Kelly Sue DeConnick's killing it right now. Everybody should be reading Aquaman. It's been a really, really good book for a long, long time. A little like Marvel's Daredevil. Very, very consistent, very, very entertaining. Doesn't cross over into a bunch of things. Check out some Aquaman because it's awesome. Then let's talk some team books. This is Justice League 41. Another one of the best books DC does. I talk about this book all the time. If you're any kind of superhero fan, you should always have Justice League on your list. And this one's been really consistent for a long time. This is the first issue of the next arc, so if you haven't been following along, pick up this week's issue and you'll see what I'm always talking about. Legion of Superheroes, number 4. This book has totally exploded like everything Bendis does. Everybody loves the Legion, one of the most classic franchises in all of comics. Really off to a great start. Again, if you haven't been following this one, you're not too far behind. Pick up 1 through 3, grab this week's number 4. Good stuff. And Teen Titans, it's your other team book for the week. DC has some of the best team books around. Good stuff. Deceased Unkillables is the sequel to the, well, let's face it, surprise hit from earlier, well, I guess it was last year now. Super, super cool stuff. There's this, comes in a couple other cool cardstock covers. This is sort of DC Zombies. Grab the hardcover for the first series if you missed it, or just pick up the first issue. You don't have to have read the previous series to get it. Flash Forward, number 6. Another book everybody's going to be talking about. If you don't know much about what's been going on in Flash Forward, you're going to want to pick up the Black Cat pack of 1 through 6. Like I say, this is another book everybody's going to be talking about. Going to be one of those things that changes the future of the DC Universe forever. Great stuff. Metal Men, number 5. One of my favorite franchises of comics. This book is kind of flying under everybody's radar. Maybe people don't know too much about the Metal Men, but it's tons of fun, and this one has OMAC, so grab that first issue and catch up to the latest one. Not too much in comics like the Metal Men. Wonder Twins. Another mini-series from DC. Everybody loves Zan and Jaina. This book has been a lot of fun. I think it has surprised people with its quality. It's not just like some sort of 70s homage book. It is current, it is fun, it is It's the Wonder Twins. And then let's talk some more Black Label. Lolo Woods is one of your Joe Hill House books for the week, along with The Plunge. That's the first issue of a new Hill House book rolling out. Everybody's been loving this Hill House stuff. If you like the cool, creepy, dark stuff, you're going to want to grab the first issues of this one, Lolo Woods, Basket Full of Heads, all this different Joe Hill stuff, because it's a lot of fun. Lucifer is your Sandman Universe, formerly known as Vertigo, Black Label book of the week. You know, we love us some Neil Gaiman around here. And to come back from Black Label, this is Mad Magazine, to show you that the demise of Mad Magazine was just plain untrue. We love us some Mad Magazine around here. It's been rolling out for however many decades. Brand new issue just this week. So get down to your shop, pick up some Mad Magazine, because what's more fun than that? Great, great week for the Marvel guys. Wolverine #1, the one you've been waiting for. The Crazy Canuck is back in his own title. You can read more about this one in our newsletter. Everybody's been waiting for this one. Everybody's been waiting for Wolverine to get back, become part of this X renaissance that's been going on with all the cool X titles like Marauders. This is Marauders #8. Now, halfway through the second arc. Pick up the Black Cat pack of 1 through 6 for this one and for New Mutants. That's New Mutants #7. This is the first issue of the next arc. It is a great, great time to be an X fan. All kinds of new books rolling out. There will be even more books rolling out, like Wolverine this week. They got X Factor coming. If you're any kind of X fan, you're going to want to be checking these out. If you've never been an X fan, then I suggest trying all these #1s and seeing the one that's right for you, because that's awesome. Captain America. Everybody knows this is one of my favorite books. This is the last issue of the current arc. So you can pick up the Black Cat pack for this one if it's been getting by you. That's Captain America and Captain Marvel, your two captains for the Marvel Universe. And then Daredevil, book I talk about all the time, and Deadpool are your two guys in red suits from the Marvel Universe. Fantastic Four, like Captain America, one of my all-time favorite books. And boy, it's as good now as it's ever been. This current arc, current whole run of Fantastic Four has been, like I say, just as good as just about any other run on the book. If you don't know much about the FF, it's time to get back into it. Love me some Fantastic Four. Guardians of the Galaxy, your other big Marvel team book for the week. That's #2, the second issue of the newest incarnation. Grab the Black Cat pack for the previous 1 through 12, or just grab the latest #1 and this week's #2, because it's always a good time to read some Guardians. The Amazing Mary Jane and Ghost Spider are your Spidey books of the week. And Valkyrie, with Thor there on the cover, is your Asgardian action book of the week. Atlantis Attacks. It's the second issue of one of the many Marvel events going on right now, like 2020. This is 2020 Machine Man. There's going to be a few of these rolling out, like Force Works and Rescue and a few other things. I always like the Marvel mini events. They're fun. Marvel's Voices is a comic based on their especially popular podcast. Marvel Black Widow Prelude is based on their especially cool movie franchise. And Conan the Barbarian starts a new arc of Hyborian action. Love me some Conan the Barbarian. Marvel's doing a bang-up job with all this stuff. There's this one, there's Savage Sword, there's Age of. If you like some barbarian action, then you're going to want to get in on this one this week. And what a great week for all the other guys, too. I can't say enough about the independent publishers and the great job they're doing with everything these days. This is your latest issue of Hellboy and the BPRD. You know, I never miss an opportunity to talk up anything Hellboy, BPRD, Abe Sapien, Lobster Johnson, Baltimore, anything that says Mike Mignola on it, because he really is one of the great creators of all time. Skull Digger is your other Dark Horse book of the week, spinning out of the Black Hammer verse from Jeff Lemire. Everybody loves Black Hammer these days. American Jesus is one of your many hot image books these days. This is one of the many books that Mark Miller does. Everybody likes anything from Mark Miller. This is the second series. Pick up the trade paperback for the first run and then grab the first 3 issues of this one. This, along with Undiscovered Country, are 2 of the hot new image books. Oblivion Song is one of the hot, I won't call it older books. We're only 24 issues in, but Image has all kinds of things that sell out every single time, like Spawn number 305, the one that's been selling out for like 30 years. This book has become even more popular since number 300, so if it's been a long time since you checked out some Spawn, pick up number 300 and catch up to this week's issue, because it's great stuff. And then On the Stump is your first issue Gotta Have It Image Book of the Week, because there's always a first issue Gotta Have It Image Book of the Week. You want to pick these up before it turns into Undiscovered Country number 1, or Oblivion Song number 1, or Spawn number 1, a book that you can't touch anywhere close to cover price. Great stuff. Death of Army of Darkness is my Dynamite Book of the Week. Always saying what a great job Dynamite does with all their licensed property stuff, and it's been a little while since we've seen something Army of Darkness. Love me some Ash, like everybody does. If you don't know much about Army of Darkness, pick up the omnibus for some of the earlier series, and just dive into this latest issue. Everybody loves Army of Darkness. Transformers is your IDW Book of the Week. They do a great job. This one in Transformers Galaxy, and all the G.I. Joe stuff, all the Turtle stuff. IDW just loves the 80s. And Star Trek Year 5 is your other IDW book. Because like Dynamite, they just do a great job with all of this licensed property stuff. You know, Star Trek was a 5-year mission. Now we finally get the 5th year. Good stuff. Speaking of sci-fi, Firefly is my Boom Studios Book of the Week. Joss Whedon's taken all of his Whedonverse stuff over to Boom Studios. Buffy and Angel, all the Firefly stuff. Been loving the Firefly comic. Greg Pak is one of my favorite writers, and just kicking butt on that one. Bloodshot is my Valiant Book of the Week. Been talking up Valiant forever. Been talking up Bloodshot and Rye and all the great books that they do. You'll want to be reading some Bloodshot before the movie comes out. If you're an old school Bloodshot fan like me, then this book is awesome. If you don't know anything about Valiant or Bloodshot, like I say, pick up these issues or pick up the omnibus before the movie comes. Really one of the more interesting characters in comics. And Valiant has tons and tons of great books. Be on the lookout for Exo Manowar that's right around the corner. Archie, number 711. Here he is dating Katie Keene. Another publisher I've been talking up like crazy. I love everything Archie these days. Their mainstream line, the all ages line, the horror line. Pretty much anything that says Archie on it is worth checking out. And, well, let's face it, this is the modern version of romance comics. So if you're looking for something that's not superhero or sci-fi or horror, Archie is the publisher for you, because that's tons of fun. But let's get back to some sci-fi with Blade Runner. This is your Titan Book of the Week. Been loving Blade Runner 2019. It's a new character, it's a new story, but totally set in the Blade Runner verse that you know and love. Really, really great stuff. Titan is another kick-butt publisher, and everybody should go to their website, find the book to get on their list. And God Killers is your Aftershock Book of the Week. Another publisher I've been talking up. Another great example of all the great stuff that you can find if you get a little bit away from Marvel and DC. There's tons and tons of independent publishers out there who make lots and lots of great books. Like Image Comics, anytime you see a first issue from Aftershock, you should pick that up, because it's probably pretty awesome. And great week for the all ages folks too. Superman Smashes the Klan, number 3. This is the last issue of this especially cool mini graphic novel from our friends at DC Comics. Based on a true event from back in the day. Go ahead and Google that story, because I don't want to spoil it for you. But pick up Superman Smashes the Klan, because it's all right there in the title. How cool is that? And speaking of all there in the title, Archie meets the B-52s. Told you I've been talking up everything Archie. I told you they have a huge range of things. This, of course, belongs in the all ages section, but I don't know too many kids who remember the B-52s. But I sure do, and it's awesome to see Archie teaming up with them. People forget that Archie was a #1 hit musician first. Great stuff. Love the B-52s. Marvel Action Classics featuring Doctor Strange. Been talking of the great job IDW and Marvel have been doing with their mashup of publishers putting out the all ages line. I love everything Marvel Action that they've done. There's a new Spider-Man series. There's Avengers, there's Captain Marvel. Now this one's Doctor Strange. What's more fun than that? DuckTales is your Disney Book of the Week. And Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Rounds out your all-ages stuff of the week, because it just doesn't get any more classic than Scooby-Doo. Great, great week of stuff, so make sure you check those shipping lists, get down to your shop, pick up something super awesome. That's all we got for you for this week. You can check us out at black-cat-comics.com. Check us out on Facebook. Check out the YouTube channel. Check out the podcast at soundcloud.com. Or just get on down here to the good old brick and mortar in rockin' Milpitas. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.